Thank you. Let's give it up for our state chair, David Pepper. Are you guys fired up? Yes. Ready to go? 18 days to greatness, Ohio. It's an honor to be here, and I love your blue bus. How about that blue bus? I think every state in the United States needs a blue bus. It says very succinctly what we're about as Democrats. We're the party that believes that it's in our national interest to put people first, that it's about affordable health care, it's about quality education, it's about good paying jobs, and it's also about leaders we can trust. So, look, I have spent, it's an honor to be here with so many terrific candidates who are throwing themselves into the mosh pit of democracy, especially at this time. Your Honor, Judge Trapp, we were together last night. What are you doing for lunch? I don't know. We've been together 3 times. Vicki, thank you. Vicki Klein. And also Randy Kleitz. Big round of applause. Randy, running for that important seat. Mike Kerrigan, who I had the occasion to meet not too long ago. Michael on the commission with 2 commissioners, actually. Brad Cromes, and also Maddie. Madam President. I like the sound of that. Look, let me address my remarks to the young people who are here. To Brandon and to Tyler and to Kaylee, Tommy, Hannah, Paul. All of you have a tremendous amount of power in this election. In 2016, a lot of us, younger Americans, actually stayed home. We didn't vote. We didn't like the way the primary turned out. We were looking, I suppose, for the perfect candidate. There is no perfect candidate, but our candidates are so much better than the other candidates, and your country is in such dire need that all of us need to not only turn out to vote, but as your chairman said, find 10 other people. You all are great at social media. I bet you all are better than the Russians are at social media. Good people can use social media too. Text your friends. Let people know they need to vote as if their country depends on it. Because it does. If you ever have any doubts about, to the older folks here, if you ever have any doubts about where our country's headed, talk to the young people here. Because you will rarely find among their numbers young Americans that deny that climate change is real or think their country shouldn't do something about it. You'll rarely find people that want to bash new American immigrants or deny rights to gay couples and their kids. No, our country's headed to a much more compassionate, towards a much more connected, a much stronger, and a much more generous place. But right now, we've got to get through this moment of darkness. And the good news is, darkness makes a great canvas. And against that canvas, we can paint a brighter story. Rich Cordray's race for Ohio. It's really about making our children winners in this changing economy. It's about Kathleen Clyde and her courageous campaign to make sure that every vote counts, every vote matters. Voter suppression isn't okay. It's not the new norm. It is abnormal. We're Americans. We believe in the dignity, the freedom, and the importance of every individual voice and every individual vote. And Sherrod Brown, of course, who we need to send back to the United States Senate. Yes. I believe, look, you and I understand and we believe that our economy is not money, it's people. It's all of our people. And we're all in this together. And no temporary occupant of the White House is going to pit us against each other and bring our country down. We're not a perfect people. We make mistakes. Great nations sometimes make mistakes. But the good news is, in our country, we get to correct those mistakes quickly. There's a goodness within our country that's waiting to be called forward by each one of you. You've never lived in a more important time in our nation's political history. Make the most of these next 18 days. Win back your state, and you will save your country. And you'll be very proud of everything that you did to be a part of what I believe is going to be our greatest moment. And you're also going to be leading this moment because you're citizens of Ohio. For the next 18 days, in your hearts, I hope, the most important place in the United States. Thanks for what you're doing.